5th of July. Want to just go over market recap and kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen here next. Is I'm going to start with gold. Today was a typical Monday. Is that we had the markets down, but then I think because of the Fed meetings coming up on Wednesday for a rate decision, we have gold down, we have oil down, and then SPY was down. What is down, closed down, but we had biotech kind of did a little bit of a reversal. I'll get to that in a second. But looking at gold here, they've just been pressing and pressing and pressing it. And gold at the bottom of this is 2% below the value area of the volume, and every time they keep trying to push lower on this, it's been resisting and coming back. So I'm not sure if they're going to succeed. Probably they're going to try to fill that gap, but that gap looks like a new era gap or breakaway gap that I think reset the price on gold. So I'm looking for gold to hold its ground here and start taking its next move higher. When my guess is that they won't increase rates on Wednesday. So I don't have a gold position, but I have miners, and so I'm just watching it closely. And then just wanted to go to biotech because that kind of had a nice little reversal here during the middle of the day. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit closer. So it started selling down, and then it popped up, and then kind of some end of day antics. But it's just telling me that there's just rotation here, and that the market's not ready to sell off. And the big thing, and I wanted to take this trade, but it just moved so fast this morning. Was the miners still have some weakness, but JDUS just gapped up on the open and went right up to the moving average there, which equates to like the daily 20, and it held it. But I had the signal on Friday. I just was afraid to take it over the weekend because you just never know what news is going to come out. But I guess fortune goes to the bold sometimes. But I didn't take that trade. But I don't know if gold and silver, because look at silver, just amazing, is that silver, I think, okay, we sold out a little bit towards the end, but that could be, just some end of the day action here. But it held and held and held. They sold it off in the beginning, came right back up, and they're having a hard time getting. I want to buy silver. I wanted to buy it in the mid 16s. It never came back to me, and now I want to buy it in the upper 17s, around 1770. I don't know if it's going to give it to me again either. So I'm watching it. It looks like it's setting up again, for another buy opportunity. I'd like to see the intensity start picking up a little bit, but it has to make a bottom here somewhere. So I don't know. Obviously, if they raise rates, it'll probably put some pressure on gold and silver. But if they don't, what I'm suspecting, I think gold and silver will start moving itself higher again. And then the big news was oil. But looking at now, after the market closed, oil is sneaked up again. But I think it's also getting a point to where it's getting to a bottom. I was looking at 42.95 as an area of interest to me, and it hit it today, and it came back. Well, it actually hit it at 42.97, and then it kind of meandered, but it bounced up from there. So I'm watching that now. If that doesn't hold, then we're going to go down closer to $40, and then I think that does it for oil. I think then we'll have a tradable bottom going into August and September, and then we'll see what happens to it. And then on the ag side, is that getting a little bit of blue sky here, is that wheat's been bottomed here a couple days ago, and the shorts are on the wrong side of this trade now, and we're starting to seeing some weakness in bushels per acre and total acres, total bushels harvested, and and the French keep coming and lowering and lowering and lowering their forecast for what their harvest is going to look like. And the more important thing is not just the acreage that gets harvested, but the quality of the wheat. If sometimes the wheat doesn't have the right amount of protein, or if it has it's not good quality because of fungus or because of the wetness or mold, is that it's either used then for animal feed or they have to throw it away. And so it's going to take the stockpiles down that accumulated from the big El Nino this year, if this keeps up. And then looking at corn, although kind of my credibility on corn is wanting at the moment, but again I think it bottomed as well, and China is absolutely is getting decimated by flooding right in their corn belt. And we're hearing reports on the row crops being a 50% loss on their row crops, and that's where they grow the corn too. So I can't imagine, if there's any farmers out there, I don't know how well corn does when it's raining 4 to 8 inches on your fields in the middle of summer, and so I can't imagine it's a good thing. So I'm expecting the Chinese to start reducing their stockpiles and going out in the open market. This is the same time Brazil has lost their corn exporting machine, and they're importing. And so I'm watching this very closely, and we'll see if I get vindication here. But at any rate, I just can't see it going down much more. Even if I'm wrong another 10%, this thing is down at 10-year lows, and I'll just keep accumulating because we're going to get news that's going to be bullish for the grains, and we'll profit mightily from this. And then the last one on the ag side is coffee. And so coffee, I'm looking to get back in again. I'm just waiting for the trend here to reverse. But Brazil just reported 30% of their coffee plants have suffered frost damage. And once they get out in the fields and see how many of those trees won't produce berries next year, I think it's going to drive the price of coffee right back up again. So I'm keeping an eye on coffee, and I think my view is now in the next 12 months, Coffee Joe is going to see a 30 handle plus in its price. Anyways, Bob from Trade Genius. Hope you're enjoying the videos, and we'll talk tomorrow. I'm not expecting, if it holds true to form, we'll probably be up tomorrow, and then it'll get quiet into the meeting on Wednesday, and then just who knows what's going to happen from there. Anyway, have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.